Coach Harrison said before the game, he's frankly worried about it too, worried that the guys aren't going to come out with the sense of urgency that he expects. The regionals require even more energy and focus. So how did the Trojans plan on dealing with this intensity? They say it comes natural. This is the Crimson Tide's first home game this season. And speaking of home, this is Jim McElwain's first time back in Bama since he left 2 years ago. I'm here day 2 of SEC Media Day. Much different feeling for Auburn fans this year. They came in full force and say they're excited to be a part of the Gus Bus, and it's going to be a heck of a ride. Chico State almost always finds a way to hit clutch threes down the stretch. The world's best Cowboys saddle up today for round 1 of the annual Red Bluff Rodeo. The Kentucky Wildcats became the Tide's 6th victim this season. Losing 48-7, the Tide could not be tamed, not in the air, not on the ground. 668 yards of total offense. Running backs TJ Yeldon and Kenyon Drake led the game on the ground. A.J. McCarron set a new career high with 359 yards through the air. Regarding the passing game, the veteran quarterback says they haven't really had that kind of explosiveness all season until now. The defense didn't hold the Wildcats to a shutout like they wanted to, but they held them to just 170 yards.
You know, we're just trying to do things the Bama way, man. That's what we're trying to get our guys to do. We made a lot of mistakes.
There's always a but with Coach Saban. He says they're definitely better now than they were before, but even for the #1 team, there's room for improvement. Matt Harris recently created the Ball So Hard Award for the high school football players who dominated the field that week, but we're switching it up today. I'm handing out some Ball So Hard Awards, SEC edition. The first goes out to Johnny Manziel. Tied with less than 2 minutes remaining, Manziel marched the Aggies down the field to set up the game-winning field goal in true Johnny football fashion. Next up, Alabama running back TJ Yeldon and Kenyon Drake. The two finished with a combined 230 yards rushing and scored 2 touchdowns apiece. Move over Speedy Gonzalez, that is ballin'. They say defense wins games, so I'm giving one to LSU's entire defense. They held the Florida Gators to just 240 yards on offense and threw in 4 sacks for good measure. That's right. With football season less than a month away, most teams are building chemistry, but today the Slocum Red Tops are building something else.
This is about Miss Thelmia Hilliard. She used to work and be employed with Slocum Elementary and High School, and we have tore down her old house and we're getting ready to build her a new house with Habitat for Humanity. The Red Tops work together, pulling boards and clearing debris.
It just shows the quality of kids that we have at Slocum. I mean, everybody here has a hard, work ethic, and they're not willing to lend a hand for the community. They know that the community in this town and we have the support that you don't get everywhere.
It's not exactly a weight room, but these boys did heavy lifting.
Stacked up to the sky. I swear, it was high, real high. That's a lot of work, a lot of heavy wood out here.
Today's cause beats a win any day.
This lady gave to us. She was our janitor at the high school for a while. We just want to do things to help her. It brings us together different than it would on the football field. We're being in the locker room, things like that.
She's thrilled, and we're thrilled for her. She's a wonderful lady, and we're excited about doing it.
Hey, Matt, you would think that way considering Dale County is the first team in the region to secure their playoff bid. And let me tell you, Coach Harrison said before the game, he's frankly worried about it too, worried that the guys aren't going to come out with the sense of urgency that he expects. He said that tonight's game would either be a blowout or neck and neck. And let me tell you, his predictions, one of them was spot on. Let's get into the highlights. First, Trey McMillian searching and finds what he's looking for. Octavius Cogburn putting the Warriors in the red zone, and it's big boy Jeffrey Watley pushing through defenders to the end zone. Score 7-0 Dale County. Freddie Smith with some time. He connects with Joshua Allen, the Wiregrass's second leading receiver, and it was pretty. Yellow Jackets inside the 5, but coach calls the snap, bounces off Smith. Warriors recover it, and Dale County will make them pay. Cogburn not completely open, but he'll make it work. Swoop! And he leaves his defenders in the dust. Dale County gives Abbeville a beating. Final score will be 36-0. Matt, Dale County still undefeated and on their way to the playoffs. Major League Baseball, the struggling Giants get some much-needed offense today, hosting the Padres. San Francisco up 1-0. Pablo Sandoval goes deep to left off Clayton Richard for the solo home run. 2-zip, Giants lead. Bottom six, Giants up 2-1 with 2 on. Joaquin Arias lifts one up to deep right. It bangs off the wall. Buster Posey and Brett Pills score. Ends up being a triple for Arias. Top 9, Santiago Casilla on the mound. Jason Bartlett strikes out swinging. Giants win 4-1. Some big names in Shasta County this weekend as the Kyle Petty charity Ride Across America thunders through Reading. The former NASCAR Sprint Cup driver stopped off at the Holiday Inn Express to help raise funds and awareness for Victory Junction, a camp created to benefit children with chronic or life-threatening illnesses. Also on hand was NFL great Herschel Walker. Petty told KRCR it's an extremely rewarding experience. I'm here with Kyle Petty, former NASCAR driver. Kyle, tell me what an event like this means to you.
Oh, well, it's huge for us. We just picked up a check for $4,000.
You've had a lot of fortune and fame in your career, Heisman Trophy winner, just a lot going on, a lot of success for you. What is the difference between having that feeling of all that success and being able to give back to the kids?
Well, it's so important. People have helped me so much. I think you got to give back to help someone else as well.
Nearly 200 riders, including Petty and Walker, will rack up over 2,500 miles on the road to help raise money for charity. And speaking of racking up miles, hundreds of mountain bike racers hit the trails this weekend for the annual Lemurian race in Whiskeytown. Cyclists contending with challenging conditions along the way, including rough turns and unpredictable terrains. Jason Moschler of Novato won the 26-mile race in 2 hours and 8 minutes. And turning to local football, the countdown is on to the 2012 Lions All-Star football game. For many, it's one last chance for the area's top high school football players to compete on the gridiron. Leading up to the big game, Saturday was a chance to pick up shirts and souvenirs at Butte College. Athletes and their parents were also treated to lunch. Anderson High School will host an 8-man All-Star game and an 11-man All-Star game Saturday night, July 28th. In pro hoops, the LA Lakers tip off the playoffs against the Denver Nuggets today. We pick it up in the first quarter. Lakers up 5. Kobe Bryant finds Steve Blake open for the 3. Kobe with the setback jumper over Aaron Aflalo. Third quarter, the Black Mamba strikes again with a spin move, pump fake. Lakers up 71-52. Huge day for Kobe Bryant with 31 points. The Lake Show takes the W 103-88 to take a 1-0 lead in this series. Andrew Bynum had a triple-double. He also tied an NBA postseason record with 10 block shots. I'm Sarah Hodges, and have a great evening.